So on a lighter note, um, let's get into this music stuff. It's been a busy past couple weeks. I know we talked a couple times about Strategic's favorite artist, Kanye, and
Hold on, I
and
thought.
and,
Okay, my
and
bad.
Drake's album coming out, and I said, I said, mark my words, I could go back to it. I said if Kanye, he gonna have the album of the year as long as Drake don't drop, and that was my verbatim words. And of course, Kanye dropped the album, broke records with streaming numbers, etc. And then Drake dropped his album a week after Kanye West and set a new high in the biggest album debut of 2021. He hit the top 200 album charts. I think he sold somewhere to about 595,000 his first week of equivalent sales. And I mean, he had 21 tracks. He had less tracks than Kanye because right now, the reason I'm comparing them so much is that these are the two top albums of the year. Now, unless you have some other albums that you think that could compete with those two as far as the numbers is concerned, these were the two top albums. And
I disagree. I do think there was don't forget Nas album.
Yeah, but they didn't do these numbers though. I'm a Nas fan.
Nas album was number one.
Number one, and the numbers that these two albums did is two different things. Like these albums broke.
I'm just saying, you said the top album.
Yeah, the top albums of the year as far as numbers is concerned. Because first Kanye broke all the streaming numbers, all the streaming records. And then right after that, Drake broke all of Kanye's streaming records for like the most listened in one day, the most listened in a week, fastest to number one, 500,000 sold in the first week. Like those, all these crazy numbers that have been, I guess, set because I don't know how these numbers work with the streaming. It's kind of weird how they do that. Like
it's just people playing the album, who's streaming the album. So they count every stream, every number. Drake's out of this world. Kanye's out of this world.
And Drake is doing crazy numbers. So I want to get your ideas on, because I mentioned before what makes a successful artist, right? And this rolls back right into that. This is a successful album for Drake. As far as numbers is concerned, this would technically be his best album, but it ain't. Not to me. So I want to get your feedback. What y'all think about how music is portrayed now in the Drake album, the rollout of it, and the actual Drake album in itself? Like, did y'all listen to it? What y'all fucking with the track?
Let me ask you this. He had 9 records on the top 100 billboards, right?
Don't quote
literally from 1 to 9
on that album.
From that album.
From that album.
From that album,
from 1 to 9, it was all him.
I believe so.
I ain't gonna cap. I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
You're ridiculous,
yo.
Yeah,
wow. I know. The executive music connoisseur up there. He's gonna get deep. Because
he brought the pen out and all that. Over there with his little.
He about to write some analytics
Nigga
down.
over there with his little Bluetooth pad over there.
I'm gonna say my little one too. I listened to that Drake album every day since it came out. I love that album. I mean, from 1 to I listen all the way through. So I'm be honest, I didn't listen to any other Drake albums like that. And I know everybody say he had better albums. This is not say it looked like he went in a decline. Like this ain't the best of Drake.
Yeah.
And other albums I played, I really didn't like it like that. This one, I'm feeling it. So
I got something to say about that though. I think it's there is I ain't gonna say there's nothing out.
Why was you feeling it? Why was you feeling it?
Okay.
Talking to me?
Yeah. Why was you feeling that album? Like why was it a front to back album? Like that's a tough statement right there. That's along the line of Get Rich or Die Trying type album.
I like the songs that was played. I like the way he put them together. I like how he was stunting on them. I like what he was saying. He said some things I didn't even know. Like I still don't even know what he meant by it. Like he said a line about Future. Like Future basically could do what he want, and Drake ain't got to give the okay. He trusts Future like that. I didn't even know the relationship that they have when it comes to music or the business side. Like it sounds like Drake is managing Future. If that's the case, I don't know. But it was just certain things that I listened to that I didn't get, or it was just dope. Like the whole vibe. I played in my car. When I listen to music, I go for what I could play in my car. If I could play it in my car and I could drive and I could vibe and I like it.
Well, can I add? I'll let everybody, but Killer, that's the way majority of these albums are processed. Like people don't know that, but majority of artists, when they make an album, they're making it. Some say, okay, I need a club record, but it's all posted in sync when you're driving. You know what I'm saying? Because the average listener is usually driving. You know what I mean? Some going somewhere, going to get somewhere. So a lot of dope artists use that term. So that's really dope. If you listen, you're doing exactly what Drake wanted.
I mean, the reason I really think you like the album, Killer, Strategic, is that the album flows well together. The way it was laid out, like you don't want a depressing song, a hyper song, a depressing song, and and that's why Strategic. Status is good at like putting the track list together because that's a very important. Like the album has to flow together. Even if you don't like a song on the album, if the track list is ordered correctly, you could just let it play and then and rock out through the whole album. So I think that's one of the biggest things that he was successful with his album. And it only had 21 songs, which is still considered quote unquote a lot, but it wasn't Kanye a lot because Kanye bugged out with that. But